Are you a hardworking dad, juggling family responsibilities while dreaming of building wealth through real estate? Welcome to the Invested Fathers Podcast, where we explore how to balance investing and fatherhood. I'm your host, Kenny Johnson, founder of East West Capital. Over the past 5 years, I've been buying real estate to free up my time and secure my family's future. Now I'm here to help you do the same. Join me as we navigate the real estate world together, building wealth and strengthening our families. As my grandma always said, East West, home's best. Hey everybody, another episode, Friday. Topic of insight will be the power of who today. I'll have some updates on the home front, some business lessons 101, and some tips and tricks of parenting, as well as some announcements with the podcast. All right, the power of who. You know how you learn lessons the hard way, and sometimes you don't practice what you preach. The power of who is something that will be constantly refined in my life over the next however many years I live. Is it wrong to figure out how to do things? Of course not. But is it always best? I think that's the question. I've had a few who's in my life that have helped me over the last few weeks. One is my friend Jered. Jered, he's a visual guru, expert, awesome dude. I started a podcast for those that aren't aware. And you buy these things, microphones and cameras, tripods, whatever. And you just hope you can figure out how to get it all going. And I'm just laughing at myself because I had this video card. It wasn't cheap. And I just didn't even know really how it worked or what it did. So I just didn't use it because I just couldn't figure it out. Couldn't have the right cords. And he's like, oh, you need this little adapter here. And then you plug in this into here. And lo and behold, my video quality just went 10 times better. That was a breakthrough for me. And I was really hesitant to even ask Jered for help because I thought all the excuses of why you don't ask people for things. Oh, he's too busy. Oh, he's going to see I'm stupid. And of course I try YouTube and stuff. And anyway, power of who, folks. If you are trying to solve a problem and you're trying to figure out how to solve that problem, just consider the possibility that someone else has solved that problem before. And yes, you could figure it out on your own, but there is a high likelihood this person that is brought to mind, or you find this person, will be able to do it better for you. Second power of who is going to be Micko Lucina. Micko is someone I hired about a month ago, and he has been helping me so much with my workload. Micko, if you're listening to this right now, thank you for all that you're doing. But Micko is just an all-star in running some of these programs that I've tried figuring out how to run. And not only is he doing it faster, but he's just doing it better, which is often the case. And the list can go on. I will also note that I have been the who for a few people this week. As I've been posting on social media and just reaching out to different friends, it's very good to be asked for help in different things. My friend Dan reached out and said, hey, I'm looking at potentially starting some type of, documentary or podcast of some kind. I have some things that I want to record. So we were able to talk for 20, 30 minutes. I was so happy to do that. And that was a help to him. My friend Carlton, also a huge help in so many different ways. We talk about real estate and we talk about marketing. And I love that type of relationship where we are friends and we're helping each other. As we consider the power of who, ask yourself, who is in my network right now that can help me, and who are some people that I can help? Two-way street, and tell you what, it is a joy to receive and to give in those ways. All right, that is my challenge to you all today, power of who, not how. And just a shout out for that book. If you're interested in that kind of topic, that book, Who Not How, dives deep into that question, that theme. Updates on the home front. Folks, we are on the home stretch of potty training. This is breaking news. Daphne, who is 3, actually I probably need to be careful because she'll probably listen to this one day, maybe. Who knows? But they're just about there, folks. And this is a big day for parents, for me and my wife. So for those that have kids, and I've met a few recently that have 5+ kids, I think you can understand the excitement I'm facing with getting past that potty training phase. Other things, let's see. My son is really into drawing, and it's getting to a point where he's like doing like phased drawings where it like starts with sketch, then it like goes to like harder outline pencil, then it goes to like pen, and then it goes to coloring. So he's spending like a good amount of time drawing some of these video game characters or animals. And after seeing all the blood, sweat, and tears put into each one of these drawings, I'm like, buddy, we got to preserve these guys. We got to scan them, and we're going to build a blog or an internet website. And who knows, maybe one day you'll sell some of these things if you want to do that. I was like, you could even put like the originals, like this actual piece of paper. You could sell that versus a print of one that's just a copy. And he said, Dad, I would never sell an original. That's mine. And I was like, okay, listen, we don't have to monetize this. This could just be something that grandma and grandpa and your friends can just see what you're doing. But I really struck a chord there when he was like, why would I give this away? That was something that's going on in our household. Books or movie I'm into right now. Rings of Power is the current show that I'm watching, and it comes out weekly. It's Lord of the Rings. I'm into that. And $100 Million Offers, Alex Hormozy. So as you listen to authors give you advice on improving your business, the key has really got to be, are your goals aligned with their goals? My former boss, Nate, had told me one time, I asked him for advice on, hey, when you were just starting your business, what is some advice you would give to a younger version of yourself? And I feel like he said something like, advice only works from like my point of view. Like, this is what I would have done for me, but like for you, you got to do it. You got to, what works makes sense for you. And he said, I would have hired sooner. But I think there's just that truth of anytime you hear someone's advice, even this podcast, parenting advice, I always ask people, what is a takeaway you can give or a piece of advice you can give to parents out there? That's something that works for them. And if it works for you, then great. That's what I want. I want to be able to add value to everyone's lives who's listening to this on encouragement and some tips and tricks of parenting that I think we all need. We need both those things. Updates on the Invested Fathers podcast output. We will be putting out 3 episodes a week starting next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to have the guest episodes aired. In my plan is to still have a Friday episode as well. So something happened the other day, an epiphany, where I realized how many recordings I'm doing each week and how many I'm putting out each week. We're going to be doing 3 for the next few weeks because I have episodes stored up that I do not want to become stale and old. For those that are just drinking from the fire hydrant here on all of the shows that I'm putting out, we have more and more. I hope that is great news for you all. Excited about that. And we have some really exciting guests queued up in the future. So for anyone in the Greenville, South Carolina area, I have a few local dads I'm excited to get on the show. I'm also turning on YouTube as another platform I'm outputting content on. I hope that is good news for you all. Business Lesson 101 with KJ. I hired Micko, and Micko is not working for free, but I have invested in him to buy back some time. And a buddy of mine, Justin, I was on a call with him this week, and he reminded me, hey, the rich are using their money to buy back time because they realize how important their time is. So find a way to buy back some time, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe there's a tool or device that could save you a few minutes each day, a cord perhaps, another charger, something that, again, you can just keep refining your time over and over. I was also given some advice from Brian Spear, another investor friend of mine. And he has this list in front of him. I think he calls it like the laundry list. And it comes from something that I don't know where it's from right now. But Basically, he just writes down all the tasks that he does each day. And not every day, but when a task comes up that he does and he notices it as something that he cannot stand doing, it's something he does too slow or doesn't do it efficiently or doesn't enjoy doing it, he writes it down and he finds a way to sub that out. I think that's really cool. And again, I know money matters here. So if you had, millions of dollars, sure, you just farm out everything. But buying back your time and your energy too. So if something you hate doing, maybe there's a way that you can find a way to not do that. In a few of the investor phone calls I've had this week, a common question I've been getting is, hey, Kenny, I'm really interested in some of these like syndication things, but I'm still new to it. Can you help me understand what even should I be asking? What is the process of due diligence to perform in investing in a deal like a new development in Kansas City? So I'm going to be building some information for you all that helps narrow down and guide on that process. I tell everyone you should be investing in real estate, if not actively, passively. What does that look like? How can you do that? And what are ways I can help? So I'm going to be working on that. As I continue to grow this channel, and however you're listening on this, it would be a huge help if you all would leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. I think on Spotify, there's just like a 5-star, or there's like a star rating, 1 through 5. Would you leave me a review? And I know we're all busy. If you're driving, don't get in a wreck, but yeah, sure. Go ahead and pull over. That'd be fine. But just, that's one thing that I would ask my audience. We're on episode, I think 38 now. Yeah. We released episode 37 yesterday, and that episode was with Amanda Larson, who gives a lot of insight into how she came across syndication. Check out that episode if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm looking to continue to put out more. I have probably 10 that have already been recorded with guests, and have really good ones lined up in the next few weeks that I'm excited about. Someone gave me advice about The Gap and the Gain, which is another book actually by the same authors of Who Not How. But the whole point here was my daughter has been ripping books, and my son never did this. So this was a new thing for me. We put some books in her crib. She has some quiet time, come back, and covers are ripped off, pages are ripped out. And you can maybe explain it. You can sympathize if it's one of those, like, lift this flap and there's a cat underneath the cloth and it's, the kid ripped it off. But this is just like full on hardback tears, lots of little pieces. And hey, she was quiet. She was kept busy, but the book is now dead. Instead of what I was doing before was I was sort of pleading with her, Daphne, why are you ripping the book? This is hurting the books, and they're sad when this happens, and Daddy's sad, and if we do this, we can't read it again, and focusing on that gap. And recently, I'd say in the last like 5 days, there was a day where she just didn't rip a book. I don't think she was even given a book. But I decided to be very excited with her that she didn't rip any books today. And something triggered with her. The next day I did the same thing. Daddy, did you rip any books today? No. Yay. I'd be so excited. And now she is like 5 times a day. Daddy, I know rip books. I know rip books, or I know tear books. And she's just so excited about it. And you couple that with potty training, and she is just getting tons of confidence boosters with the celebrations of the gain of what she's doing. So let that be a fun story for you all. And of course, you can apply this to any age of your kids. Obviously, my kids are young, but you're in the car, you're trying to figure out what to talk about with your kid. Sometimes that's very hard. I would suggest starting just with an encouragement or praise. Saying, hey, one thing I've noticed about you, you've done this thing really well. And I just want to let you know I noticed it, and keep it up, buddy. Nice work. Try to implement that today and watch the relationship with your kids grow stronger. Thank you for listening today, and have a great weekend. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Invested Fathers Podcast. If you liked this episode, we would love for you to click subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. We appreciate all of your hard work as a father and look forward to our next episode together.